Hi students, in this video we will understand the interfacing of the DAC IC, okay, to generate the sine wave. Okay, that is the task here. We have to generate a sine wave of frequency f hertz. So some frequency wave, we have to generate a sine wave of certain frequency, and we also have to generate the sine wave of f divided by 2 frequency. Okay, so two different sine waves we have to generate, but not together, one after the other one. So that is the task. So we have to write a program to generate this logic circuit, which in turn controls the DAC. So I told you that we are writing a program to control the DAC IC. So actually, in order to generate the sine wave, I take the help of the digital to analog converter. Okay, here digital to analog converter, as you can see, is an integrated chip. Okay, so it is a 16-pin IC. Okay, which I will take the help in order to generate the sine wave. And here the program what we write will generate this logic circuit, which in turn control this DAC IC in order to generate the sine wave. So let's understand the concept behind this generating of the sine wave with the help of DAC. Then we'll come to this logic circuit, how it will control this IC. Okay. So as I told that DAC is a 16-pin IC. As you can see, there are 8 digital pins, okay, and 1 analog output. Okay, 1 analog output for 8 digital inputs. Okay, and all other VCC and ICC, there is a V reference for varying the contrast of it, varying the to provide the variation. We have this V reference voltage, and we have 2 grounds, analog and digital ground, and there are other connections. So mainly you have to concentrate, and this is the right bar pin. Okay. So this IC converts digital data into analog. Okay, there is an already IC which converts this digital data into analog. Okay, so your logic circuit has to provide these digital data. Okay, this is a 8-bit digital data, as you can see, DAC 0 to DAC 7. Okay, so when this digital data is provided to the DAC IC in a pattern, so whatever the pattern in which we provide the digital data, according to that the waveform gets generated. Okay, if at all you provide the digital data in terms of sine wave, in the pattern of sine wave, it will generate the sine wave. If at all you provide in terms of triangular wave, it generate the triangular wave. If at all you provide the digital data in terms of square wave, then it will generate the square wave. So that is the concept here. So your logic circuit has to provide the digital data in a pattern. So in which pattern you want, according to that you have to provide. So how to generate these digital values to generate the sine wave? Here is the formula. Okay, V equal to output voltage is equal to 128 plus 128 into sine theta. So for every change in the theta value here, so I have written for certain values only. So you can generate it for every 1 degree. So for our purpose in the lab, I have generating about 256 values. Okay, so for 0 to 256. Okay, theta varying from 0 to 256. So that 255 actually. So total 256 values I am generating. See, here is the example. For 0 degree, for theta equal to 0, so it will be 128, whose hexadecimal value is 80H. So this is the digital value, 8-bit digital value which I will provide from the logic circuit to the DAC IC, so that it will generate the pattern. Okay. Here for 1 degree it will be 130, and 82H is the hexadecimal value. So like that, you have to concentrate on this. Theta 0, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. For every 30 degrees I have written here the value, so that you can see that there is a pattern here. Okay, 0, 0. So two times it will touch the 0 value. It means like here it is starting from somewhere here and it is going 0. This is the 0 value. We are not generating a sine wave which is off like this. There are no negative values. Remind you, there are no negative values. All these hexadecimal values are positive values. So the waveform generated is above the 0 line. Okay. Okay. And these are the digital values which your circuit has to produce and transfer it to the DAC IC. And DAC IC in turn converts these digital values into current. Actually, current output is the value. So this is the arrangement to convert this current into voltage. Okay. Finally, voltage is what we will get as output, and it has to be connected to the CRO to see the waveforms. Okay, got the idea now how actually the waveform gets generated. Your logic circuit will not convert the generate the sine wave. It will only generate the digital values, okay, in a certain pattern. Okay, what pattern you want, that has to be decided prior. Okay, and this is the formula which I will use to generate these values, okay, for the sine wave. Okay, so now we will understand how these digital values are transferred to from this circuit to the DAC IC. Okay, and one more thing here, this particular pin, right bar pin, is also an output from the logic circuit. Okay, what happens here is that every time you send the data, okay, a high to low transition has to be made. A high to low transition has to be made so that this data gets latched onto this IC. Then only it will convert this digital data into analog output. Okay, see, it's like this analog output. Here it might be 5, here it might be 10. So in between values here 6, 7, 8, 9, like that. Again it will come to 5. Again here it will be 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. From 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. So those are the values I just shown in the example, but these are the values which actually we are sending. Okay, this I have written only few for every 30 degree. But if at all you want a closer value, exact sine wave, then you have to increase the interval at which you are taking this theta value. Okay. Now, so for every digital value transmitted, a high to low transition has to be made so that the digital data gets latched, and this DAC IC will convert the digital data which has been latched onto the, it will convert it into analog output. Okay, that's how it is. So your logic circuit has to send the data and also send a high to low transition. Then only the DAC IC will convert the digital data into analog form. Clear? So this has to be done. The only input to this logic circuit is your clock. So using this clock, we have to generate the digital values and as well as high to low transition at the output WR pin, right bar pin. So like that. Followed? So now let's understand the program here. So module sine wave is my module name. Input is the only input and it is clock. Output is 8-bit digital data which I named it as DAC. So DAC is digital data is given to the DAC IC, so I have named it as DAC, which is of 8 bits, and a register value which is of WR is the right pin and it is of 1 bit, and it is of data type register. Okay, these are the two outputs and this is the only input. Okay, so now I'll make use of one more value here, sine. Okay, it is an array. As you can see that there is an array. It's a memory kind of thing. So 0 to 255. So 256 memories are declared and each memory is of 8 bits. Okay, like that. And an integer of 8 bits I is made declared as 0. Okay. Next, count. In order to count the clock pulses, I require one more variable called as count, which is of 5 bits. Okay. Next, this clock due is as usual. We have a clock due 32-bit variable and I have declared it as 0. I will come to this later why I have declared it. Okay. Next, initial begin. This part is very important. This is very new to this. New to me. What happened now? There is a list file called as .list. Okay, this is the list file. .list. The extension is .lst. So we call it as a list file and it is named after DAC_sine. This will be there on your monitor. Okay, you have to, in order to generate the sine wave, you have to use this. Okay, because these values, the calculated values, are there in this list file. Okay, that is why I am adding $read memory so this file. So read from this memory file or the list file these values. So I am not generating in the program. Okay, real time. Actually, generated values are already there. I have calculated and I have listed in a file and just using that file. Okay, and I have named it as DAX. Okay, it is available on your screen. So just you have to include in your folder where you have kept the program. So where the program is there this file has to be copied. Okay, that thing, extra thing which you have to do. Okay, because of the, why we have to include is this, the values, these calculated values are stored in this file. That is the reason. Okay, this file. Now, so this has to be done. Okay, next, this will be called only once. Now, coming to the program, how to send these values onto the DAC. Always at pause edge of the clock. Okay, this you leave it. Always at pause edge of the clock, begin. If count equal to 0, begin. You send the value. Sign of 0. Sign of 0 is sent to DAC. This is also 8-bit. This sign is also of 8 bits. Sign of 0 means the first value. The first value, when the theta is 0, this value is sent. Okay. Next, I equal to I plus 1. Now I became 1. If I is equal to 255, no, it is just 1. Now, if at all it reaches 255, it will become 0 because we have only 256 values. So once it reaches 255, we will again start from the 0. Okay, sign of 0, sign of 1, sign of 2, sign of 3 and so on up to sign of 255 we will send. After that, again we will start from 0 because it is continuous, infinite loop. Okay, so for every I value, sign of I, it is sent to DAC. Means 8-bit digital data is sent here. Now we have to pull the high to low transition on the WR pin. So how it is done? Here is that. If count equal to 1, WR pin is made as high. So after 4 counts, I will make it as 0. So now I first made it as high. Then after 4 clock pulse, I made it as 0. So high to low transition I have made. For every sign of I value is transmitted, I will make a high to low transition. Okay. Then if here I am counting actually. For every pause edge of the clock, I am counting here. So this is within the always block. Okay. Next, if count equal to 0, if count equal to 10, I will make the count equal to 0. So it means that for every 10 clock pulse, we are sending one value. Okay, for every 10 clock pulse, we are sending one value. Okay, these are in always block. So always block means every statement is executing parallelly. Okay, in the initial block it doesn't happen like that. Initial block one after the other one. Okay, how you write, like that only it will get executed. Whereas in the always block, all the statements are executed concurrently. That is what we have understood. So for every 10 clock pulse, we will send the sign of values and we will transmit a high to low transition on the WR. Okay. After that, what? End of the module here, end of the always block and end of the module. So like that. And where you are getting this sign of the value, sign of I values from this. Okay. So we have understood that for every 10 count, we are sending one value. Sign of 1, sign of 2, sign of 3, like that. 256 value we are sending for every 10 count. Okay. So now coming back to these clock due. So there is one more part in the question that we have to generate a frequency, half the frequency. So how to do it? So for that I will take a variable called as clock due and it is of 32-bit and I have initialized to 0. So here these two statements I will add here, where for pause edge of the clock I am counting clock due. Okay, clock due equal to clock due. Here I will include, instead of clock, pause edge of the clock due into 0 here. So it means that for every 2 clock pulses we are counting. That is the meaning of it. For every 2 clock pulses we are counting. So it reduces the frequency. Earlier it was directly for the pause edge of the clock. Now it is not. For now pause edge of the clock due. So for every 2 clock pulses when I count, then obviously the frequency will get reduced to half. So that is the idea. Okay, pause it. Okay, let's see the demonstration of the sine wave. So this window has to be closed. So there is already a DC motor program is there. I'm in the same project name. So I'll remove this. Add the program now. Add source. Add the sine wave program. Okay, this is the program. Okay. I am first generating the full frequency f. Okay. There is a addition program here, but don't worry, this is eliminated in the file which I have shared with you. So I'll add the UCF file, user constraints file of sine wave. So let's synthesize. So these are the connections which has to be made. Clock has to be connected to 56. Right pin has to be connected to 81, and 8-bit digital data has to be connected to these pins: 80, 79, 78, 75, 74, 45, 76, and 66, 67, and 66. Be careful, here there is a 45 pin. This has to be connected to DAC of 2. Okay. So these are already made. Connections are already made. Just we have to choose the right port. Okay. Now implement design. Generate program file. Okay, now let's transfer the bit file. COM port is 25 here. File is sine wave bit. So configure. You can see that it is getting configured. Coming here, this is the DAC module. Okay, this is the DAC IC, and the output has to be connected to a CRO probe, black to ground, and then the output pin. Here you can see that in the CRO the waveform getting generated. This is the sine wave. Okay, so this is the sine wave. So of nearly 20 kilohertz. Okay, nearly 20 kilohertz. You can see that 19.5, 19.7. It is varying between that. So it's approximately to 20 kilohertz. Okay. Now same program, I'll make certain changes to reduce the frequency to half, because that is also a part of the question they have asked. So here are the changes. What I'll do is clock due. I will declare a variable called as clock due of 32-bit wide, and I'll make it to 0. And here for every pause edge of the clock due is counted. And here is the only change. You have to make it here clock due as 0. Okay. So this is the only change. Let's save, synthesize, implement. Generate program file. Reload the file, configure. So you can see that the frequency got reduced to half. So it was 19, now it is coming to 9.9, around 9.7, 9.8. So the frequency got now reduced. So it was approximately 20, now it is approximately 10 kilohertz. Okay, this is how we generate the waveform of frequency f and waveform of frequency f divided by 2 hertz. Thank you.